In this video, we're going to be talking about how to obtain Primal Ancient Legendary gear. There are 4 different methods that I want to share, but first thing you should know is that this is not a video where I'm going to recommend using just one method. You should be using all of them together to really try and optimize and make your time as efficient as possible when farming Primal Legendaries. I'm making the assumption in this video that you've already done Greater Rift level 70, so you have Primals available to you. If you haven't done that, that needs to be the first thing that you do if you're looking to farm Primals. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first method when trying to get Primal gear is just farming. Just normal out there grinding like you would normally be doing. Ideally, you would want to do it with a party, and ideally again with people that are the same class or share the same stats with you, like wizards and necros together, so that you can roll the same stats on the gear. And hopefully it's with people that are willing to share primals if they already have a primal on the slot, if they happen to get one. So something to keep in mind. The next method is pretty simple too. It's just using Kadala. Now Kadala is more efficient than grinding. Reason being is because you're finally narrowing down the pool of items that are available. So if you're looking for primal boots, then you're going to get boots every single time. You don't have to worry about getting a primal drop of something else. The downside here is that Kadala is incredibly inconsistent. You can end up with blues, yellows, sometimes whites, and legendaries. So it could still take you quite a bit of time before you actually get what you're looking for. The good news about using Kadala is that she's going to give you rares of the item that you're looking for as a primal, which kind of leads us into method 3. So method 3 is using Kanai's cube to upgrade rares, which is on page 3. So upgrade a rare item, you would fill these and then put in whatever the rare item is. In my case, it would be boots right now. And then you would transmutate that. This is more efficient than the previous method with Kadala because you know you're going to get a legendary. So you're taking yellows, blues, and whites out of the pool entirely. You know you're going to get a legendary, but you still need a little bit of luck to try and get it. So the last method, before I jump into what it is, I would recommend before doing this method that you have extra pieces of every piece of gear that you're looking for primals. So the reason it's going to be pretty clear to some, but I'll explain it. So it also is in Kanai's cube. What you would do is you're going to be doing a Reforge legendary. This is the most efficient way to do it. You would fill this, throw in whatever legendary piece of gear that you have in your inventory that is a duplicate. Don't put in your original, and then reforge it. This is the most efficient way to do it because you're going to get back the same piece that you had, and it's either going to be crappier than what you currently have, it's going to be an upgrade for what you have equipped, ancient legendary, or potentially a primal. So this is the best option. The downside for this one is that you have to go through all the bounties to get all this stuff, and it takes 50 Forgotten Soul. So eventually you're probably going to run out of Forgotten Soul, and then at that point you just go back to doing Greater Rifts and Nephilims and other things until you get enough. Now the reason I recommend that you have a duplicate is because if you're going to put something in here that has a near perfect roll, like if I was to put my amulet in here and it doesn't come out better than what I currently have, then I'm going to have a worse amulet, and I'm going to have to deal with that until I'm able to re-roll multiple times over and over again until I get something better. So best thing you can do, put the duplicate in here. If it ends up being better than what you have equipped, then swap it out and then use the other one as the dummy piece moving forward until you get the primal that you're looking for. So that's everything for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it makes sense. The downside really is, even with these methods, it could still take a good bit of time before you get the primals that you're looking for. So you really just have to play. Get some friends, play, enjoy the game. Don't focus too hard on getting the primals. Just focus on having a good time. Occasionally do some greater rifts to try and move up to feel like you're making some progress, because if you're just doing normal grinds, you feel like you're just kind of standing still usually. So it will take a little bit of time before you start to get them, but I think as you start to get them and you get your first or second piece, it'll keep you motivated to keep going. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like, comment below if you have any other ideas or any other methods that I didn't mention in this video, and make sure you subscribe so you can keep up with the other content coming out in the future. And until then, I'll catch all of you in the next video.